One of the most common challenges facing my clients is this question. I'm ready to grow my business. I know that it is outgrown its current format, or I am ready to move into an opportunity that I see to develop a new product or service to make my customers or clients even more successful or to give them an even better experience. But I don't know what to do. I already have too much on my plate. How do I make time for this? That's an excellent question, and one that I delved into in the first video in this two-part series. The other video had to do with taking a step back and figuring out what you want your role, as in like your workday. What's the kind of work that you love doing? And what do you want your role to be within your business? The second question that I addressed in that video was an excellent question that I got from a business owner who was ready to grow and expand her business, but she asked a very honest question. How do I let go of control enough to hire? Knowing that that means that I personally cannot assure the quality of every piece of product that I put out for my customers. And that's an excellent question. So if you haven't taken a look at that video, I've linked that down below. Go ahead and take a look at that and get a vision for what is the first step when it comes to figuring out how to take things off of your plate in order to grow your business into the direction that it needs to go. That being said, if you've already figured out that part, the second question is, okay, so I'm ready to hire, or I already have a team and I need to delegate. How do I do that and still assure the quality of what we're offering as a business? So, two questions to delve into. The first one is just hiring. How do you approach hiring? If you just want some steps for how to hire, what to look for in employees, there are lots of excellent videos out there from recruiters, from business owners who have recently gone through a hiring phase and have a lot of great tips. Go ahead and look for those elsewhere. That is not what I'm going to talk about in this video. What I want to talk about in this video is what particularly are you looking for as you hire that will help you assure the quality of what you deliver. The first trait that I look for in an employee and that I would encourage my clients to look for in an employee is something that is so obvious to us that it's easy to overlook it. That is to make sure that the person who you're hiring is teachable, that they're able to take orders, that they're able to capture somebody else's vision and go and apply it. They don't have to know everything or have their own way of doing things. Their common thing that they're saying is not, oh, well, how we did it in my last job. That's fine once or twice, but when that's all the time, it gets really old because this is not their last job. This is this job. And you need that for them to be able to take your vision and to run with it, to apply it out on a broader spectrum or in their specialized niche where you're asking them to focus within your business. The second thing is to make sure that it's a cultural fit, to give them a chance to meet the rest of your team or to give yourself a chance to get to know them on a little bit more of a personal level and to think through as they're interviewing or as you're going through the hiring process, to think through, is this somebody who gets the core values that are important as part of my team? Is this somebody who I would enjoy working with? And if you already have a larger team, who my other employees will enjoy working with? Is it somebody who can catch the central values of what is important to us in what we do and carry that out? So do they have a sense of humor if that's important to you? Are they really able to be precise if that's really important to you in your business? What are the things that and if you haven't taken a moment to think that through, you need to take a step back and to think through, what are the values of my business, not just of myself, but of my business as a whole, especially if you have a larger team. Third thing, what do they add? What is their contribution? So do they specialize in a specific area that you have a lack in, either for yourself, if this is your first time hiring an employee, or even contracting out to somebody? What do they specialize in that you don't have? What do they specialize in that your team doesn't have and that you specifically that aligns with your current vision? Remember, mission is your overall purpose for your business. Your vision is, where are you moving in the next 2 to 5 years? What is this current season for as you apply your mission in a new or in this applied stage of the life cycle of your business? So what specifically do they add? What do they contribute? Do they contribute different viewpoints? Do they contribute a lot of experience? Do they have specialized skills that can really help your business to grow in an area that it needs, maybe, that would allow it to move into an opportunity that you see? Next question is your investment. So now that you've made your hire, what are you doing to invest in your team? Now, this is a tough one, and here's why. Well, there's a couple of reasons, but the main reason is just that, especially right now in this economy and in how volatile the job market is right now, they could leave at any time. That's a tough one. There's no clear-cut answer. But I can tell you that what gets employees to stay is not just that they have a paycheck. It's not just that they have a job, especially right now. That doesn't cut it anymore. It's that they have a job that is meeting their needs and someplace where they can invest. So is it developing them? And is it someplace that values their contribution? Here are a couple of tips for helping to make that investment in them and to get them investing in you and in your business. First of all, really spend time figuring out your training. Take time to think through, how are you training them? I mean, go step by step using successive approximation as you do that. Now, if you missed the video on successive approximation, that is what I base my system, Dream It Real, my 5-step system for development as you take your business to your next phase or as you develop your new product or service. So I'll link that down below. Make sure that you check out that video because that's where I talk about this whole system, this whole mentality, this mindset that gets you out of the confusion of just going from an idea to somehow being successful, and also helps you to work through phases one step at a time to get closer and closer to your goal. I would really encourage you to use that for training. That whole idea has its basis in psychology, specifically having to do with behavior. And so if you are starting out broad, just having them watch you and having them catch the general idea of what it is that you're doing, or whoever is training them, whatever employee is training them, then having them step in and start to do the thing. Then having them do it while you're not watching and you're just coming back in from time to time to check, and then slowly moving off the amount of times that you're checking in as they're earning it, as they are showing you that they're able to catch it. And when they're not getting frustrated or going, oh, I made a bad hire. There is a place for that. It happens. It's really unfortunate. It's part of being a business owner. But a lot of the time, it's not a bad hire. It's just that there was something that was missed. You missed something. Maybe they missed something. Go back and revisit that step and then move back into allowing them more and more freedom. That's the second phase of investment, is really trusting them. When you trust them and you make a habit of, as they earn it, of looking at where are they specialized, where are they successful, where are they thriving, and is the product or the service that you provide taking off and blossoming in their specialized area or in their hands, and giving them more responsibility within that with, again, at first frequent check-ins and then taking those restrictions off and allowing them just to run with it. That's where your business can move beyond what you personally can provide. And that is one of the most beautiful parts of hiring and of expanding your team, is starting to see, oh, when I was controlling it and making it perfect my way, I was able to assure the quality of that thing, but it could only go as far as I could see it. And now, with more time, because you have more people working on it, with more specialization and experience coming from different directions, it's able to become something that's beyond you. It's kind of like letting your kids grow up. It's hard, but by the time that you're letting them go, allowing them more and more freedom, and eventually letting them fly the nest, it's difficult to go through that process. But that's being successful as a parent. And that same thing is true for your product or for your service as well. You want to make sure that it is everything that you wanted it to be, but allow it to take on a life of its own. And that happens when you're working together in community and you're investing in your team. The best boss I ever had was a boss who was very clear on her expectations. When you brought something to her that wasn't according to her expectations, she would let you know. Not mean, just honest and direct, which meant that you could also trust her praise when she would say that you were doing a good job, or when she would say that you were contributing to the team, or that she could never do this without you. And those were things that she would say. And that's the other side of what she would do, was she would believe in people. She would look for talent. She would see the talent. She would call it out, name it, and then give that person more responsibility in that area. If that meant switching a little bit between the roles, okay. If that meant allowing something to move into a development phase with one part of that organization's purpose that maybe wasn't exactly where she had envisioned it, that's what she did, because she had a perspective. She had the overall perspective, but she also had the vision and honestly, the courage to let go of control of every single detail in order to allow others to make it into everything it could be, which was beyond her. And in doing so, she was stepping into this leadership role that I have rarely seen anybody else embody, where she was able to be this powerful leader and to take the organization forward, to have an eye on the development, to keep an eye on the big picture, to keep an eye on assessments, and to see if it was being successful and where it could do better, because she had the confidence to let go of control of the details. And that's what I want to encourage you with, is as you invest in your team, you invest in what allows them to really truly be successful, and you believe in them and allow them more and more freedom to do what it is that they do well. You're going to see your product, your service thrive, grow, blossom, and you're going to see your customers and your clients become happier and happier. You're going to have impact, greater impact, and greater impact if the opportunities are taken advantage of, leads to greater profit. And there you have it. That is my 2 cents on hiring and on investing in your team as part of this overall question. How do I allow room in my schedule to focus on growth? And in the process, how do I hire and delegate to do so? Leave me your comments and your thoughts down below. What has worked for you in the past? What new ideas do you glean from this video? Or does this topic even just get you started thinking of, where is my business headed and what do I need to do in order to free up my time to get it there and to be the leader that I need to be for my business, and not just the doer of the thing? Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take a moment to like, to subscribe, to hit the notification bell so that you can see the next time that one of these videos becomes available, and also think about who else would benefit from it and pass it along. Share it however you can. I'll see you in the next video.